Namaste, Soul Tribe family. Welcome back my way on this divinely guided day. Hopefully, you are well and rested, and so are your families too. Thank you for coming back over to All Being 1111 Energy Soul Tribe family. We're over here. We keep it real. Sometimes I come in hot and sometimes not. What that means is I do cuss and curse, and I speak the truth, and I call out names on guided too, but only when those energies arise. Hopefully, you can vibe like that. And if you can, allow me to be the first to welcome you. I love you. And the divine loves you. Thank you so much for all that you do for our space. I am truly grateful. And to my A1s who are my day ones, I love you so, so much. Thank you for everything you have done for our space. You continue to do for our space, for I am truly grateful. The divine loves you, and I love you too. Thank you so much. And to those of you who have liked, shared, subscribed, hit your notification bell, sent donations, etc., I am truly grateful. May all of that be returned to you tenfold. Ashe and thank you. All right, family. All right. Now, this is funny. I uninstalled the app, but it's popping up telling me to update it. They are trying, ain't they? We just gonna go on and let those people alone. They can try all they want. The energy I'm picking up on now, family, is you have released and cleared things out of your emotions. You're no longer emotionally attached to anything. Okay. The only thing you are emotionally attached to, and this is really spiritually attached, would be to the Most High, the divine creator of all living things. Mhm. Your angels, your ancestors, and your spirit guide. It's like you could do better. So you're no longer shedding any more tears. That's what I'm hearing. Okay. All right, family. Let's tap in. Let's see what the energy is. What is it that the divine needs? Oops, excuse me. I just jumped the gun. Look, I feel like spirits like, hurry up, get the message out. Hurry up, get the message out. Okay. Divine, at this time, we are truly grateful every single day. Thank you so much for all that you have done for us. I ask that you continue to keep us protected during this read, all reads, and all the time. I ask that you continue to keep us with clear and concise messages, as well as clarity, guidance, intuition, wisdom, and discernment, and the strength and grace to walk throughout this 3D place. Ashe. I also ask that any negativity, any toxicity, any evil being thrown at myself or the Soul Tribe family, that you strike it down and cut it down as we too strike it down and cut it down, shielding our minds, bodies, souls, and vessels from it with your mighty shield as we clear, cancel, and release them back to the universe for the universe to do with that energy as the universe sees fit. All right. So the first energy that came out is this apathetic energy. I prefer to remain focused on my own life right now. This could be your energy, family, because that is where you're at. You just want to stay focused on your life. Okay. You have given yourself to so many for so long. And I feel like you were dealing with a lot of energies that were, first off, very ungrateful. Okay. And that's the first thing that all should be taught is to be grateful for the little things, be grateful for what they do have. And so their life shall be added to. Okay. But if you can't even be grateful for the small things, then how can the divine add to you? Okay. That's the energy. I feel like on the charm confirmation, I feel like you have definitely put all your energy into those who really didn't care. Okay. And this ain't bad news, honey. Oh, I love how that came out. This isn't bad news that you're just preferring to focus strictly on you and your life right now. Okay. That's not bad news at all. Actually, that's exactly what you should do. Okay. Because you were dealing with a bunch of ungrateful, okay, ungrateful energies. And I mean, when I look and feel the energy, okay, And I look over here, you were working hard for a lot of ungrateful energies, little stuck up entitled energies, okay, that just wanted to brag, okay. And when I say brag, they wanted to brag over materialistic things, not over, being grateful. Yeah, bragging and gaslighting, because that's exactly what it was. And they weren't gaslighting you, they're gaslighting their friends, trying to paint you out to be some horrible mother or something, or horrible father, or just horrible a person energy. Okay. And that was all a gaslight. Okay. They had people thinking they were telling the truth. Mm. And now they want to apologize. Hell to the no. Okay, I did say I wasn't gonna cuss or curse, but hell to the no. There is no apology. Okay. There is no apology for this, because I feel like these energies really, really, really wanted to see you harmed, see you hurt, so that they could collect on their some sort of insurance policy I just heard. Yeah. And this would up their status and career. This is what it was about. They wanted to apologize because they know that you know what they were trying to do. Okay. This could have, brought some sort of status in or career. Also, I'm picking up they wanted to apologize for attacking your status within your career or whatever this is. And see, I ain't no status person. I ain't lying. I like being in the background. I like being in the cut. I kind of got offended when I saw somebody say in one of the comments, "Oh, you're famous." No, the fuck I'm not. Don't ever put that title on me. Ooh, chime, confirmation. Don't ever put that title on me. I don't want to be famous. I don't have time for that shit. The divine guided me to this path because I didn't fit in the working world, obviously. Okay. Because I worked every job like I owned the company, like I had a stake in the company. And when you work like that, you get a lot of enemies because you outwork them. And it's not that you're trying to, but it's that you were hired to do a fucking job. And you're not just there to collect the check. You're really there to do your job. And that is only going to resonate for those of you that know what I'm talking about. For the other ones that are just there to collect their damn check, they do the bare fucking minimum. I know, I said it. I was not going to curse, but today I just might. Okay. So I feel like, with this brag and gaslighting, they had a lot of people believing them, believing every word they said. But you know what's so funny, family? And this is what I'm picking up on right now. You got a lot of people that'll paint you out to be this horrible fucking person. But then when you actually rewind the clock, I asked one of my middle children, I asked her because they're 30 something years old now. Okay, yeah, I don't even give a fuck how old they are. They're 30 something years old now. Do the math, born in 92. And everything and every downfall and anything that happened to them was always my fault. So when I actually asked them, I said, "Well, could you just tell me what I did to you?" That motherfucker literally said, "Well, I don't know. I'm just saying." Okay, there it was. Okay. These are narcissists. These are people that want to blame you for something happening to them. Well, first off, if something happened to you and you never told me anything about it so I could do something about it, shame on you. Because, family, I feel like you've always been this energy. Okay. And that is your intentions. Okay. My intentions are pure and I want only to elevate and improve your life. And that is how you have been your entire life and for everybody that you've ever come across. Okay. None of these people ever say to anybody, "I gave them this, I did this and that for them, I. Because in turn, that would be, look, that would be deceitful. Because in turn, it would be like, okay, well, what did they do for you? Right? Many people were sitting around here, trying to be deceitful, I feel, okay? Yeah, they definitely had ill intentions and they were definitely planning to deceive you on the chime. Confirmation. Mm. Hmm. This energy that I'm picking up on, very deceitful energy, never ever worth trusting again. Okay. Never ever worth trusting again. Tell me more, spirit. I don't feel like you've ever turned cold on anyone, but you've turned cold towards them. I can't make it up. You ain't never turned cold on anyone, but I feel they are getting ready to feel the chill. You've always showed these energies empathy. You've always provided them with emotional support, financial support, okay? But then they sat up there and they held on to things, didn't tell you things, and then blamed them on you. Very deceitful energy here. I feel like it's sad, family. It's sad. But these people are really built on materialistic things, things they can never take nowhere with them when they leave this earthly realm. You are not of this world. You are not of this earth. Okay, family? And you're dealing with a lot of energies that don't enter or overstand that. Hmm. Okay. Tell me more, spirit. Yeah. That's why you don't have no regrets. That's why you're focusing on you. You don't have no regrets when it comes to these people. Hmm. Yep. Because they have mirrored you. Basically, they haven't mirrored you. You've been mirroring them like this whole time. And have you ever loved someone but just felt like it wasn't being reciprocated? And you were like, damn, what did I do to you? And I have often said that. I was like, how come y'all love a motherfucker that wasn't around? Wasn't even there to help do shit. Left it up to another man to step in and play father. Wow, that's amazing to me. That's amazing to me. Okay. Tell me more about this mirror and reflect, please. And thank you, Spirit. And that's what I feel like. I feel like, you've been walking around people that really didn't give a damn about you. Yeah. Promise you. That's what they're pissed off because they know they can't. They're pissed off because they know they can't never get shit from you. Not your time, not your energy, not your advice, not your money, not your safe haven to come and rest their heads. They know. They know. There's no more empathy there for them because they've been deceitful. They can never get a small favor from you, let alone a big one. And that's what it is. Okay. Because they were exploiting you. And this is what I say off the exploitation, okay? They were basically they wanted to take advantage of you, take advantage of any of your resources, connections, skills, and knowledge. And that's what they've always done. Okay, this is how I feel about this energy. That's what they've always done. Okay. Oh, what is this? Yeah, because you too damn friendly. Ooh, I cannot make it up. You too damn friendly, family. Yes, let me tell you, stop being a sucker for love, stop being a sucker for family. You was too friendly, and that's the problem. When you're too friendly, these type of energies, oh, they look to take advantage of that. They look to take advantage of that. Mhm. But they have taught you. They have definitely taught you. Let me get a couple more, please, Spirit. Please and thank you. What other messages do you have? Hmm. Look, I asked for two, and there they go. Look, I can't make it up. Boom, bam. Goodbye to their support because you would have done anything for these people. And that's the thing, family. You do whatever you can with as little as you have, because you weren't born with a silver spoon in your mouth. You've had to work for every damn thing, but you were willing to give the shirt off your back, your last $20, your last 50 cent, whatever the case was. And you were doing that off of your hard work. And I mean, you was not playing on no jobs. That's why them jobs was pissed at you. That's why them jobs is pissed at you, that you left, that the support they had, you left behind. Okay. Because you were working so hard in your efforts. And it's difficult being a single mom or a single father. But whatever you do, you make sacrifices for your children, for your family members that need it, for your little brothers, your little sisters, your younger siblings, even the elders in your family. So that work and labor that they were basically capitalizing off of, because I feel like what you were going through on jobs, okay, you get that interview, everything's good, a weekend, now you're getting attacked. It's like people were being paid to put you in some very serious, low vibrational, uncomfortable energy. And you out there trying to work and labor and putting forth effort and giving support. And when I say support, I mean support. Like they didn't call you family. Okay. I'm picking up call center energy here. I'm also picking up, project management energy here. Okay. I'm also picking up possibly supervisory or managerial energy here. But see, you never were a supervisor or a manager, but you were fucking playing the role of your punk ass supervisors and your managers. Because them bitches wasn't doing shit. I promise you. You were working so hard and you were supporting these companies, supporting these organizations, supporting these people in their roles, but they were constantly abusing you. I feel like now you moved into a different work, and your work now is being supported by the Most High. But these Hierophant energies, these higher up corporation energies, they're pissed that the support left. You were their support for whomever this message is for. You were their support. You walked away because they're not grateful for shit. You're grateful every day. You were grateful just to get up and have a job to go to at the time, but you were going through hell on it, but it still allowed you to put food on the table for them ungrateful fucking children. Oof. And I mean ungrateful. Family. Mm. I think back. Okay, I just think back, right? And today because I took a meditative bath and a meditative shower, okay? Yes, because once you take a bath, you got to get up and wash that bath water off, okay? But as I was laying in the tub meditating, I went back and there was one thing that popped up in my head. My aunt Shirley took me and my cousin and her husband. We all went out to eat. My grandmother was on a cruise. Okay. My grandma left me with, I think, $40 or something like that. And we went to La Peep. And La Peep was expensive as hell. So me and my cousin Ryan, we sit down at the table and they're like, what do you guys want? So I'm looking now. And this is another thing I used to do growing up, and I've always been that way. If someone else is treating me, I don't like to order the most expensive thing because I feel uncomfortable doing that. So I'm looking in that goddamn La Peep menu. I was like, damn, $12 for some damn pancakes. You know what I'm saying? I was like, huh? So after we told my aunt what we wanted, what she told us? Do we have some money? So I'm thinking I do have $40. And so, my little cousin Ryan, which was her own fucking son, he like 8, 9 years old. Hell no, he ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, well, if y'all don't have no money, then I guess y'all ain't eating. Do you know me and my cousin got up and there was a 7-Eleven across the street. My aunt refused to allow either of us to ever have junk food or anything, right? And we were hungry. We had our heart set on going to get the damn breakfast, but she flipped the script. And when she flipped the script, I was like, okay. I told my little cousin, I said, come on. I said, we're going to go to 7-Eleven. We got hot dogs with the cheese on it, with the chili, with the onions, with bags of chips, soda pop, candy, everything off of the 40 bucks I had. I don't think I had to spend the whole $40 back then. I think it was like 25 bucks or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But this is the energy, right? As I think back on my life and the family I fucking had, it's fucked up. I was like, what? Like, yeah. She did her own son like that. Mhm. So I can only imagine what the rest of his life was moving, living in that house when I left. Whew. Yeah, that's the energy. Okay. Anything else from this deck spirit? But that's what I'm saying, family. You know, you're a healer, and I feel like you're a healer for everything and everybody. Like you would give your last and you would help so many people. But the divine is telling you no more, no more. And you need to check into that and you need to welcome that. Okay. Oh, look at this. You need to check in. Okay, family. Because you don't have no regrets. You shouldn't. And you need to welcome, okay, taking your own health into consideration because you are a healer. You're very positive energy, but these are energies that are selfish, they're spoiled, they're entitled, they're ungrateful, and they have always been that way. They have always been that way. But let's read check in, welcome, and help. That's what Spirit just told me to do. So check in. Okay. Somebody may want to check in with you. I feel like you need to check in with your spirit team, your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors. I feel like they are calling for you to check in with them to make sure that you're doing well and let them know where you stand. They already know where you stand, but they need you to reconfirm it, right? And where you stand right now is you are solely focusing on yourself. You are not in any regrets for pulling your energy back. And now your spirit team knows that. Okay. It says, welcome. I offer an open door, a warm invitation to step into space where you are embraced and valued. And that's what you're looking for. That's where you're headed. Period. If you don't feel the welcoming energy, you don't have a problem. You just know how to take care of yourself and your own health. I am here to support your journey towards wellness and balance. And that is your spirit team. That's why I feel like your spirit team is saying, focus on you. Don't you focus on nobody else. And this could be a mutual thing. Ashe and thank you. Somebody here is on the same wavelength as you, family. Okay. I feel your wavelength is good. Theirs is probably bad. Oh, well, you don't care. You don't care to deal with no ice kings. Okay. I heard that was Libra energy. I don't know. Because to me, when I see ice, I think of water when it melts. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. Okay. You could have been dealing with a bunch of bragging ass Ice King energy. Okay. They bragging and gaslighting straight up. Because everybody knew who they were. Everybody knew who they were, but they sat up there and they talked about you like a dog. Some of these were your own parents, and you're like, how you gonna talk about me like a dog? You know what I'm saying? You weren't even around to raise me. You know what my dad said? This was funny as hell, y'all. I said, what? And he said it, and he said it to my middle daughter. And he was like, he said something to the fact where I took care of her for 18 months or something like that, right? And I guess this is when I was younger, okay? And he told my daughter, I took care of her for 18 months. 18 months. 18 months. And my daughter was like, dang, grandpa, that ain't something you should really be bragging about and telling nobody. I started cracking up because I was like, girl, he said that to you too. I said, he said it to me. And I just kind of looked at him like, what? Like, you took care of me for 18 months. How about 18 years, motherfucker? Try that number. He was acting like I owed him something for 18 months. It's fucked up. Okay. And that's what he be bragging about, y'all. You got folks out here bragging, gaslighting other people, got them thinking it's honest. Yeah, shit. Ain't never did shit right. These were the people that were causing you this opposition. hmm They wanted to see you hurt, battered, bruised. hmm Drew's telling me to dive into that. Yeah, this opposition, this resistance, I feel like you've been deserted by people that were supposed to really take care of you. There could have been scorpionic energy out here, um, Cancerian energy, Pisces energy, the Ice King, whoever they were fucking cold. Okay. They put you through a lot. hmm I feel like they are really opposing the fact of where you are now and the spiritual ranking you have and the power that you may have in this current position. And I don't know who that message is for. Okay. You may be ranking very high spiritually, and as above, so below. Hmm. And they were abusing you. Many of them are, now understand. Yeah, because this was a win at all cost. I can't make it up. They wanted to win at all costs. With that win at all cost energy, I'm feeling like, ooh, you was dealing with some real ruthless type energies and you didn't even know that. Yeah, look when I look over. That's what they want. That's what they wanted for you. An ending. And because they wanted this so bad for you, family, many are getting what they reaped or what they sowed. hmm They were willing to do whatever they could to bring you to an end. Now they're coming to an end. Damn. Then I look over, yeah, and you got the Three of Cups out here. Yeah. Your spiritual team knew what they had planned. Your spiritual team said, okay, since that's what you wish for the earth angels, the star seeds, the galactic beings, the healers of the earth, the seers of the earth, the true speakers of the earth that have been carrying their fucking burdens. And I mean, family, you carried this fucker's burdens. Okay, for whoever this is resonate with, you carried this person's burdens. You carried their burdens to the point where you carried their burdens, they mama's burdens, they sisters' burdens, they brothers' burdens. You carried all their burdens. hmm This is the funniest thing ever, y'all. I live with my grandma, right? I'm 16 years old. My alarm clock goes off. I get up, I get dressed, I go to school. My grandma had to call my uncle every morning to wake his little bitch ass up. He in the room right next door to me. I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you calling a grown ass man to wake him up? But I gotta set my alarm and get the fuck up on my own and get dressed and get my ass to school the way a teenager is supposed to. But you gotta call this lazy bitch every morning to wake him up. I paid my grandma's. I started paying rent To live with my grandmother when I first got my first McDonald's check. I started paying rent at 14. hmm hmm My uncle lived in my grandma's house and didn't never pay rent and brought all his bitches to live there too. And none of them paid rent. None of them paid rent. But I paid rent. My cousin Margaret paid rent. My cousin Natika paid rent. But my uncle and his women never paid rent. My father came back to live with his mother, never paid rent. hmm And these is the ungrateful motherfuckers. And there were the burdens that you had to carry. You've carried your family's toxic burdens for so fucking long, but you didn't even know they was putting them on you because you thought family were to stick together. She, that was false. Spirit saying, Spirit saying, wrong again, wrong again. See, they painted a very false picture about you, family. You could be a mature woman out here. Yeah. I feel like you focusing on yourself is going to bring in real love versus these karmic masculine energies you've been dealing with your whole fucking life. Lazy. And now they're mad and that's where their animosity is coming from because they wanted to put an ending to you speaking your truth, telling the world just how ratchet they were. How when you needed someone, no one was there for you but the divine creator of all living things. And that's the only energy, that is the only energy that you owe anything to. Fuck everybody else. You don't owe nobody nothing. And that's where they fucked up because they wanted you to think you owed them. They wanted you to constantly put you in an energy that you owed them. These karmic masculines in your family, their animosity is towards you is what they conjured up together to put to an end. I feel like spirit is saying here these karmic masculines animosity towards you will be ending as well because they already know you done carried their asses. You done carried a lot of their asses on purpose. Those karmic debts that were handed down to you through your hard work, you done cleared that debt. So all karmic masculine energies that have been holding animosity towards you, these ice kings who have been beating you up mentally, emotionally, even physically. Okay. These karmic masculines animosities towards you will be endings for them and endings. Period. I cannot make it up. Look, they pissed off because they actually didn't get the money for this house. They were trying to get some money for a house. That's probably how they are. I ain't lying. Everybody chases money. Damn. Why? You know, family, why? Why chase money? Just be happy. If you can, a lot of people be, oh, there's money. I'm not just gonna be happy to pay my bills. I'm like, what? Are you fucking kidding me? Did you just say like, excuse me? You know how many people out here are struggling and you're not gonna be grateful that you can pay to keep a roof over your head, you ungrateful ass? That's some ungrateful shit to me. Oh, that just upset me. Yeah, there's no turning back, family. There's no turning back. You could never turn back. See, these people, they pissed off because they actually didn't get some money for some sort of house. Mm. This house could have had something to do with you, I heard. Really? Why? Oh, well. Oh, yeah, they blamed you for something too. Yeah, look, they're upset. They're not gonna actually get any money for a house. And then whatever health concern they wanted you to have, they found out that too ain't happening. Damn. I shade of that. Thank you so much, Divine, for protecting us and being with us. Yeah, they're pissed off when I look over. They're pissed off because you're victorious and you do have real love here. And they know their asses is caught up legally. They know they done got caught up legally. This could be places you work, people you work with. They know they're under legal investigation. Right. And then I look over again at the bottom of the Six of Wands is the lovers. Yeah. Because you deserve that family. Like you will do anything for anybody. And these bitches have been living off of you your whole life, living off your energy. Let me tell you how I know they know what they've been doing. I'm somebody that I stay out of people's business because that's just how the divine has guided me. Okay. Unless someone asks, you stay out their business. But it's funny how, like, I'm always right there, oddly. Okay. Like, I hadn't talked to my grandma for a little bit, and I happened to be going down the street, Peoria, and my daughter calls me frantic. They're not feeding grandmother. All this other weird shit. I pull up over there, and my uncle literally says, consistent. You're always consistent, or something like that. He said to me when I was walking in the house, and I just looked at him like, ugh, I don't have time to, family. I was still on my healing journey, right? So I just kind of like looked at him and rolled my eyes and kept moving, right? But that's what it was. See, these people know about witchcraft. They know about that shit. They know about different types of energies and shit like that. And they knew that you were the light. You could have been the light. You know what I'm saying? Because you just didn't look at people like what they really were. Like there was a veil over your face when it came to your family. Let me just put it like that. I can't make it up. They're very upset because they were trying to say your work, something about your work. Basically, they mad because your work is telling they twin flame energy. These karmics in your family. It's how they been doing shit. I ain't lying. You've had some family members that have been, yeah, look, you definitely, you gonna have you a divine masculine family. And you were bound to some toxic motherfuckers. And they try to paint you out to be the bad guy, but you're looking at them like, what the fuck you mean? Shit, I ain't never laid up on my motherfucking grandma. Never. She wasn't gonna allow me to. She didn't allow my cousin to, or my cousin's daughter to. But the boys in the family, the men in the family, shit, they can lay up on her ass all day and bring they damn bitches. Mm-hmm. And they're really upset because your gifts, look at this here, your gifts, your occupation, whatever it is, take it how it resonates, has brought you in unexpected money. I can't make it up. Didn't I say that right? Yes. Your gifts have brought you, and your occupation, whatever you do. So you could be gifted, you could have an occupation, whatever you do, it has brought you unexpected money. These motherfuckers been mean mugging it ever since. They've been mean mugging it ever since. They've been evil eyeing this shit ever since. That's why all of them are facing karma right now. And you too are facing karma, Earth Angel. And this is going to bring in a change. Ooh, and you're going to get a Mr. Nice Guy. Ooh, and that's the message. Look, that's what they really pissed off to. They mad at that. They mad at that. They're mad that your karma has given you Earth Angel status because that's who you are. That's who you always been. I promise you, family, that's who you always been. And you have been the poorest one in your whole fucking family. And I mean financially, but abundant with your giving heart and your love. That's why I'm saying you too fucking friendly. Stop that shit. Stop that shit. Stop being so damn friendly. Okay, family. I know it's difficult, especially if you've lived your whole life like that. Oh, brother, it's going to be difficult. But you're going to have to pull that back. Yeah, you're going to have to pull that back. Yeah, because I feel like this nice guy is going to bring some sort of change to your life. And this is the message. Yeah, because all these people they were third party stitches. Look what here. Look at this. Look, I cannot make it up. I'm going to slide it over. Look, can y'all see that? Wait, let me slide it up. When I take look behind one stack was third party stitches. Behind this stack was lust. Look, that's what they was at. This is all they are. I promise you, weird. Not weird. Okay, I can't. I don't know if these people have what are those things called? Oh, what is it called when you're a habitual sexual person? It's sexual, excuse me. What is that called? I don't know. Okay. But some of these people, that's what they built their life off of. Third party stitch energy and lust. And that's what they be bound to. Ugh. And that's gross. Cause oh shit. That's like a hygiene issue for me. Family, I'm just gonna keep it for 1,000 for you though. I don't mean to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying like, hey, if you're out there and you doing your thing, you got your partner, cool. But to me, I be feeling icky. Okay, I ain't gonna lie. I can't. I be like, I don't even want you touching me. And I know that sounds. I'm not stuck up. Okay, I'm not stuck up or nothing like that. Okay, but some of y'all could just be like, ooh, I can't. I don't want to be touched by who I'm not supposed to be touched by. Oh, I know that sounds bad. But then the funny thing is, sometimes I feel guilty. Okay, speaking to my divine fams, y'all help me out with this. Ugh, they be having those shorts, right? And there's this one lady, she cracks me up. I freaking love her. She's the single mom. Okay, she's the single mom and she's got these sons and she's always like looking at gorgeous, drop dead gorgeous men, right? But she's so hilarious because her sons are walking to be like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "Why are you in my room?" This lady cracks me up, right? But I love her. She be doing these shorts. She's got blonde hair, blue eyes. The lady cracks me up. I love her. Okay. Divine Femme, okay, feminine energy. Just tell me, because sometimes I feel guilty. Is this bad? I mean, maybe you feel like this, or maybe this is somebody's energy I'm picking up. It could be somebody just, but like, I feel guilty sometimes when I look at the shorts of the fine ass men with that, and I'm like, oh my God, am I lusting? I mean, no, 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 no. I'm not trying to like sexually, but I'm just like, I kind of feel like that. That single mom on there because she cracks me up. But look what's right behind. Yeah. Because your love with this nice guy, oof, that's rich girl, rich guy energy. Ooh. His spirit is saying surprise, and they're pissed because there's a lot of folk about to go to jail behind some shit they done did to you. And this could be, and I don't want to say it's a love spell with the intuitive Kev out here. Like you already intuitively know. And with this love spell, I don't feel like this person has casted a love spell on you. I feel like this is your divine partner, your divine soulmate. This is possibly something you've been manifesting. Through caring for yourself, you've been manifesting some love. But these people were over here. Look at them. They was Jezebels. They was thieves. Yeah, look at lust out here. I mean, oh, because I don't have time not to be like that. And I'm not stuck up and I'm not bougie and I don't think I'm better than everybody else. But I just be looking at lust and Jezebel energy like health hazards. And somebody could have been wanting to steal, okay, your sexual energy and turn you on the chime. Oh, I can't make it up. Confirmation. Okay, can't make it up. Yes, they've been wanting to steal from you your sexual energy and turn you into a Jezebel. This is what these people wanted for you. So you could be out here looking like a hooker hoe. My daughter called me when I was in Texas and told me some shit that her raggedy grandfather said to her, and I like to fell out. I said, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, grandpa told me if he want to do something, shit, get 1,000." I said, "What?" I like to fell out. I said, "Oh my Lord." And I'm thinking to my daughter, "Are you fucking kidding me? Your grandfather said that?" Yeah. See, her chakra wasn't in alignment. That's a poverty mindset. family. I was like, wait a minute, wait. And you know what? When I get ready, sometimes family, when I get upset, right? Ugh, it's bad. Okay. I was so furious in Texas that I could feel the ground shake. I felt the ground shake because that's a poverty mindset. What would you even try to tell your fucking grandchild, something like that for? Your chakras has lined you up, family, for love. Okay. Man, when I tell you, you just been in divine feminine, yeah, then I'll tell you, yeah, take that veil off. Let me tell you, because the narrative they've been spinning about you has been flying monkey shit. Facts. All you want is love and pure D love, honest love, genuine love. None of the strings attached. None of that weird shit. These people were raised by either priests that practice some weird shit. I don't know what's going on here. What's going on here? Tell me. Tell me why that priest was right there. Yes, my daughter called me and told me that shit. I was like, what? And I'm like, look, check this out. You grown, but why would you? I ain't even have shit to say, fam. I ain't even gonna lie. There's somebody here that's trusted. So this priest, you could be a high priest or high priestess, but high priest is out here. This energy could be this divine masculine. They could be a trusted priest and they know you're a sweetheart who has ascended. And these people were just obsessed. They were obsessed with your growth, with your path, because ain't none of them shit right now. I promise you, family, let me tell you something about your life and how you know if you're on the right path or not. If you ain't on the right path, you living like these motherfuckers. Facts. I promise you. Lusting and all kind of crazy shit. There's no term. You will never, but you never judged them for that. You just was like, yeah, that's y'all, not me. They was mad because they couldn't pull you into this energy. There's no turning back, trying to go back to that. I feel like you're going to be traveling with a mature man who's a boss, who blocked these people. And that's when the conflict started because they was puppeteering. They were being manipulated by possibly other families that wanted to come up. Oh no, they were being manipulated, and your family wanted to, I can't make it up, to transition you. And I feel like your manifestations with your soulmate is the reason they cannot stop your path. They can't stop your path. They cannot stop your path. You're not here for that. These were karmic feminine. Damn, that shit came flipping out crazy. These were karmic feminine energies who had been abused, who were jealous and envious of you because you weren't in South Node energy. Now they sitting over here concerned because they know you're about to be committed to someone else. Then you're going to give all that love that you gave to all these karmic fucks that were your family members. You're going to give it to them. And he's expecting it. She's expecting it. And they know that your love is pure. And that's why they've been evil eyeing you, family. That's why they've been evil eyeing you. Right. They are going to go through the emotional pain that they tried to put you through. They're going through the emotional pain right now that they tried to put you through. And they're fired up about it because everything switched. It flipped because they were not alarmed. Look, barred, no entry. They're upset about being barred, getting no entry to this energy, to this relationship, to this. And I'm telling you, this, had they been good, they could have come. They can't come with you. Yeah, game over. They're getting no entry. And I heard that, spirit. They're getting no entry into this relationship. None. Okay. It says you're not my master, my life, my rules. I am unhinged. That shit came out in the reverse. You ain't trying to ever be their master. You ain't unhinged. This was their life. This was their rules for them. But for them to try to project that onto you, no, thank you. And that's why they was mad. Because they couldn't get you to fall out of this energy here of pure love. And this is what will blossom, sacred blossom here. Okay. What does this say? I can't see that. Coming to light. Yeah. Energy frequency shift. Yes. Okay. Charming chat. Oh, inspiring news. Okay, all right. Yes. Okay, family. That's the energy, not that. Yuck. Not that. These people right here, there's no peace without war. That's who they are, I promise you. That's who these people are. They're upset about your sudden wealth. Maybe you have, oh, they know. Maybe they feel like I feel like some of them know they contributed to their own confinement. Many of them have experienced confinement, both of them. Hmm. I was sitting here looking and I'm like, what the fuck? Where are you running around trying to act like a goddamn lawyer for? Dude, stop. Like you, man, family, I've been looking at my family like, would you knock it off? Just be yourself. Damn. Don't try to impress people. Don't try to prove nothing to people. If they gonna like you, they like you. If they don't, okay, fine, well and dandy, but stop trying to run around and be something you not. And that's what all of them have been doing all their lives was being something they were not. Okay. All I could say, family, yes, look, after all that shuffling at the bottom of the deck, be grateful right now and every single day, first and foremost, that you wake. That's the first thing you should be grateful for. A lot of people don't even feel, they just think they just gonna wait. I just know I'm waking up tomorrow. That's why I done made all these plans. No, 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 no. Don't do that. Be grateful for every day you wake so that you can self improve. That's what it's about. Being grateful for the small things before anything else comes in. Like, really be grateful. Like, I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? I may not say it all the time to y'all, but shit, every morning I wake up, I owe it to the divine. Ain't nobody else that I owe that to but to the Most High God, the divine creator of all living things, the divine creator of all living things. That's who I owe that to. I don't owe it to nobody else. So be grateful every day that you wake up and be grateful that every day that you wake up, you did not wake up like them and living the life that they have lived. Be grateful. Yes, no. I will not sit up here and say I was always perfect. Shit. Yes. Was I on drugs as a youngster? Hell yeah. Who wasn't? I sure was. Hmm. I go to jail a couple of times. Hmm. I think. Yes. One, two, three, maybe three. Let me see. One, two. Like, but little shit. Like, okay, I had some pot before pot was supposed to be around. Um, so yeah, I went to jail for having some Mary Jane on me. Yeah, let me see, what's the other time I went to jail? Oh yeah, I got it was my birthday. I went out with a guy, got extra drunk, didn't know too much about cranberry juice and vodka, but I learned about it fast. And I got put in jail because the guy I was with, he had some drugs on him. But they was like, this bitch too drunk. They was like, she's so damn drunk, she don't know what's going on, which I was. I was totally plastered. So I went to jail, but I just basically got put in detox because I think the officer, when I left out, because I was over in jail overnight, that officer, when I was checking out, and the other officer came in, he was like, yeah, she threw up 32 times. I looked at him and I was like, was they sitting there counting? So I think I had liquor poisoning. But family, long story short, only take what resonates. That was just me, just, letting you know a little something. No, I've never just been perfect. No, but I ain't never just been out there either. There was like lessons learned, don't do this, don't do that. Be careful here. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Lessons learned. These folks too old to be playing. And then putting their toxicity onto impressionable children and shit. Be glad that you are this enchanted cat that has a lot of spiritual energy and mystic power and an inner magic and a divine force. Okay. Fortune protection. And this is what? Does that say that? Fortune's protection? Wow. Barriers against darkness. I promise you. Whew, be glad you that energy, family. Please be glad. What you want to see? I promise you, you kindle a spark in someone because you're not trying to be perfect, but you will walk with the divine. That's for damn sure. And anybody not walking with the divine, you don't waste no time in getting the hell away from them. Because you can never change anyone that does not want to seek and change for the better for themselves. They are always going to stay stagnant. They always going to stay stagnant. Your family is always going to stay stagnant, and that was their consequence. Your family's consequences is to stay stagnant. They always going to stay stagnant, your family, and that was their consequence. Okay, family? So I'm going to wrap this up. We're going to close out. Okay? Divine creator of all living things, I ask that you continue to keep us with love, harmony, tranquility, prosperity, peace, protection, and respect, and good health and good wealth in our lives and all the time. Ashe, and thank you. And until next time, you know what I love to say. Namaste.